Come in. Come in, Josh. We're just finishing up in here. Looks great, Andres. And a little something for your trouble.
35 cents? Thanks, Mr. Davis. That family trip to Italy is looking more and more possible.
Have a seat, Josh. Can I get you anything? Diet Right? Shasta's orange soda? Cup of Taster's Choice?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Okay, well then, Josh, as you know, this season has been a disaster.
Hey, we just beat Denver, again.
Oh, that's great. 2 wins against the Broncos and 1 against Houston. Good Lord, Josh. I score more than those 2 teams combined, and I had this haircut. And I can do this.
I'm not sure what your point is here.
My point, Josh, is we would love to fire you. Unfortunately, we're on the hook for 5 more Gruden years, and we just don't have the money to pay your buyout. So we would like you to quit. Call it early optimal retirement. EOR, if you will.
I'm not quitting. You can fire me if you want, but I'm no quitter. You sure?
Yes, I'm sure. We'll go put on shorts and a t-shirt and meet me out on the field. I'm sure by the end of this week you'll feel differently. Six inches off the ground. Don't you eyeball me, boy. Come on, Josh. I know you don't want to be around here. Just quit, and you can go out there and whore yourself off with the rest of the Belichick tree losers. You can be out there right now with Jim Schwartz and Eric Mangini. No, sir. Say it with me. EOR. E-O-R. Talk to me, Josh. You're not happy here. The O-line sucks, the defense is terrible, and Derek Carr's never leaving. You know you want to quit. No, sir. Why not? Because I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go. No one will hire me now. Belichick said I was dead to him, and I'm blackballed everywhere. Okay, Josh, okay. Why don't you get yourself cleaned up and get ready for practice? We'll make this work. Hey, what do you say next year we draft you another wide receiver that can't catch? Or a D lineman that can't stay healthy? Maybe a cornerback that likes guns. Sounds great. Attaboy. Just win, baby. Yes, sir. Hello, welcome. You're watching Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas, the rise of the greatest sports betting show in the world, Thanksgiving special. Woo! I'm your host, Rocky Foré, here with my ever-trusty, very thankful co-host, Steamroller. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Rocky. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Thanksgiving to all the viewers. Great to have you here. I'm excited. And of course, by the time this drops, one of the games is going to be about halfway over. So hopefully they're not waiting on us for all that Lions information, although we'll still talk about that game. Rock, you making notes there? You're writing pretty furiously. What you doing?
Oh, no, I'm working on my hand turkey.
What?
My hand turkey. You don't make an annual hand turkey on Thanksgiving?
Not since I was about 4. That's not even a great hand turkey. What are you doing?
Well, Steen, it's really hard to draw a turkey with your left hand when you're right-handed.
I would agree, but why don't you just set it down and draw with your right hand?
Because then he'd be facing east, Steen, east!
You got a problem with east, I assume.
He would look into the sun as it's coming up, and it would blind him. Now, he's facing away from the sun, and he can see the sun set.
Okay, fair enough. I can't argue with that logic. I just can't. So, man, we got a lot of great specials this week, Rock. I know that people have been watching the show the last couple of weeks, and we've been practically giving away the picks of the Cappers, and we're going to do some cool stuff this week. We're going to talk about it here in a minute, but of course, we're going to talk about our first sponsor, Rock. That's No House Advantage, fantasy sports redefined. You can bet on player over-unders for a chance to win up to 21 times your initial bet if you play against the house, or you can play pick'em contests against regular folks like yourself. Well, not regular folks like Rocky, but regular folks like you for a chance to win cash prizes. Just visit nohouseadvantage.com or download the app. Make sure when you make that first deposit, use the code WNW, and that'll get you up to $50 first deposit bonus. So, yeah. Little No House Advantage. Rock, you been playing No House Advantage? You doing any good?
No. It's not legal in California.
Oh. It's not legal in Missouri either. I've heard great things about it, and I was so mad because as soon as we got these guys as a sponsor, I went to sign up, and Missouri's like, oh, no, you can't do that. Okay. So regular daily sports betting or fantasy sports, no problem. Weed, you want weed? Fuck, you got weed. Oh, you want to play No House Advantage? No. We got rules in this state, boy. Can't do that.
I could put $1 into No House Advantage and get $21.
That's what I'm saying. And you're off and running.
$2 and get $42.
Nope. But yeah, you could do that. You could do that for sure. But no, you can't do it. Can't do it. Hey, we sold Chris and I's picks last week, Rock. We sold our bundle for $25. Chris and I went 17, 12, and 1 on all of our college and pro plays, 58%. Man, anybody tells you you're going to do better than 58%, they're probably lying to you. That's all I'm saying. You get guys saying, we're going to hit 65, 70% of it. No, you're not. No, you're not going to do that. So I know, Rock, we got some exciting stuff going around here. You are giving away the house. Speaking of no house, we got that this weekend. Tell us a little bit about what's happening, brother.
Yeah, we got a big promo. You know, we have fun here. We're always joking around. But most importantly, I hire only the best professional handicappers. We got good cappers on the show. They got good picks. You're just talking about it, 58% last week between you and Chris. Well, this week, I've got 5 cappers picks for $55 for 5 days. That's right. Remember the number 5 because that's all you need. 5 cappers picks for, I can't even say it right. We got 5 cappers picks for $55 for 5 days only. You get Mark Rule, Loud Esmond, Sean Miller, Neto Robles, and our very own David Delano. He's on the show this week. They're saying that they're going to turn $500 into $8,500. Do that. Also, if you want some guarantees and to know how they're doing it, for an extra $100, so $155 total, they'll give you their betting strategy and a profit guarantee. If they don't make a profit, you get your money back as store credit for next time.
There you go. That's a heck of a deal. And, you know, I like it. Of course, we got David in that package, but we got some other guys that people don't get to see on the TV. They don't, for whatever reasons, they probably have a busy schedule. Maybe they don't have the equipment. For whatever reasons, they don't do videos. So you get a chance to get some picks from these other great handicappers, you know, like Mark Rule and Neto and those guys that have been crushing. And of course, David, he always crushes it. He's like Andre the Giant. He's crushing so hard. And also want you guys to check out. We're gonna have the link up here for the promo and also for our newsletter. I don't know if you guys knew this, but we do a newsletter every single day. It comes out talking about some of the favorite games of the handicappers. And this week it will be especially important because it'll talk about how to get all the great deals that we've got lined up. And I know, Rock, we're doing a big Black Friday thing this week. We can't let the cat out of the bag quite yet, but it's going to be a hell of a deal. So make sure you get signed up for the newsletter to be first on your block to find out when we do that. And, you know, speaking of hot, I'm going to bring a guy on right now. We're going to introduce our cappers. Somebody was nice enough to do the math on this because I knew we'd just been hot. But between me and Mason and Scott Reichel, we went 19-2 on our free plays. And remember, we all do free plays every single day. If you don't want to pay for picks, you never have to. That's the great thing about Winners and Winers. We do great picks every single day. And this week we've been especially good. Mason, I know you've been a part of that run. You've been hotter than a $3 pistol. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you.
Hey, Steehn. It's good to see all of you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Really excited to be here. I've been on a 14-4 free pick run over the last few weeks. I also went 9-2 this last Friday through Sunday. So I'm seeing those college and NFL games great. And I just can't wait for this week to start.
Mason has an interesting strategy. He just fades every Colorado team whenever they play. And it's works out pretty well for him. So
winning a lot of money doing it.
I'm glad you're doing well, buddy. You're an inspiration to the entire state. Way to go. Way to go. And speaking of a guy who's always hot, it's Ohio's favorite transplant down there living in Houston, Texas right now. It's the one, the only David Delano. What's up, my friend?
Hey, how you doing, Steehn? I'm glad to be back this week.
Glad to have you as always. Happy Thanksgiving, and hope you guys have a great turkey day here later today. You know, we always talk about the things that we're thankful for and all that. It's always family, friends, good times, but we like to change it up a little bit here. Guys, Mason, what are you thankful for this Thanksgiving?
This Thanksgiving, Steehn, I am extremely thankful for the Red Zone channel as they give me an opportunity to turn off the Broncos game, watch some other games that actually score points, and I usually don't have to miss out on anything because we're rarely in the Red Zone.
Yeah, that's definitely true. When you watch the Red Zone, you're like, I wonder what Denver's doing. You switch over to check the score. You go, oh, absolutely nothing. That's why
nothing's happened.
Yeah, very good. David, you thankful for anything this Thanksgiving?
Yes, I'm thankful that it looks pretty clear that the Browns are out of playoff contention. So now I can just bet where the value is. I don't have to be conflicted when I'm watching the games, and I can just cheer against them with confidence.
Very good. You can just open up your heart and let it rip for your joy that Deshaun Watson is your starting quarterback. Very good.
They can give me some Christmas gift money.
Outstanding. Rocky, what are you thankful for?
I am thankful for Samaje Perine. You know why? One time I was on a flight and coach, I sat next to him and I had my little biscottis that the flight attendants gave me, and I dropped mine on the ground, and Samaje looked at me, he was like, I'll share with you, and he gave me one of his, and ever since then I've drafted him in fantasy, and this week he won me my fantasy league.
Okay. Very good. So it all started with a drop biscotti and ends with fantasy domination. That's fantastic, buddy. That's fantastic. And me, well, you know what I'm thankful for. After a history as a Kansas City Chiefs fans of Damon Heward, Brody Croyle, Tyler Thigpen, Matt Castle, Tyler Palco, Kyle Orton, Brady Quinn, Chase Daniel, Alex Smith, and Nick Foles, I'm thankful for Patrick LaVon Mahomes II. So we can put that list of infamy to bed as Kansas City Chiefs fans inexplicably and surprisingly and quite wonderfully have the best quarterback to ever play the game. Come at me. I don't care. Put it in the comment section. Tell me how Brady was better. I'm going to tell you you're wrong. Patrick Mahomes, the best that's ever done it for at least the first 5 years of his career. Thanks, Patrick. Huh?
I
like it.
Jason, do you want to come back with some John Elway stuff? Huh? Do you want to tell me about John Elway? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. No
Very
John Elway.
David, what do you got? You got anybody? You got anybody you want to argue with me?
Spurgeon win.
Oh, damn it, you got me. Spurgeon win. There's a pull. I
You
thought,
dug deep for that one. That
yeah,
was a good
Rocky can usually do the pulls, but that's a
Rocky, do you have a Spurgeon win jersey?
I don't even know who that is.
Spurgeon. Oh, that's a guy right in your wheelhouse. Tell everybody the auction you just lost out on. What you were trying to get.
He
I
started.
lost out on my Ryan.
That's right. You lost
He was one of those Browns quarterbacks to start in those early return expansion years.
Oh man, there's a list too. They used to put those. That's so bad they used to put them on TV. They just list the quarterbacks by year. There's
still going.
There's a rogues gallery there for sure. All right, very good. Well, guys, I think that's enough of that. Let's talk a little football. And as we mentioned,
Wait, hold on. I got a one thing to say about Spurgeon win. His NFL TD to interception ratio is 1-7.
oh, 7 TDs to 1 interception. That's not bad.
No, the other way around.
Oh, so if you're saying if Spurgeon Wynn was playing and you took his over on TD passes prop, you probably lost a lot of money.
Spurgeon win is proof that yes, Kendall Hinton should have gotten the start instead of what's his name, Philip Lindsay.
Okay, very good. Let's talk a little Thanksgiving Day football. We got 3 Thanksgiving Day games. As you guys know, this show usually drops on Thursday morning, so good chance it'll drop right in the middle of this game. And this game that I speak of is the Lions hosting the Buffalo Bills. Now, Rocky, I know we have a sketch here later today that talks about how this tradition got started. The Lions hosting every Thanksgiving Day game. Yeah? You want to say something?
I'm wondering, did the Bills go back home or did they just stay in Detroit?
They went back home. They went back home for a couple of days and then came back. I don't really know why. I think, as I saw it, they talked about them going home to make sure everything was okay, to make sure that the families were all right and everybody was shoveled out. And, you start putting 7 feet of snow in there and bad things happen. So as we'll find out later in another sketch. So we're very topical this week. We are all kinds of topical. So this is the Lions, the Bills, a 9-point road favorites. 54 is the number. The Lions defense still bleeding points despite the fact they've won 3 straight games. They looked a little better last week, but they've still allowed 27 or more to the Eagles, Commanders, Vikings, Seahawks, Patriots, Dolphins, and Bears. None of those teams have the offensive weapons that the Buffalo Bills have. Buffalo has given up 12.2 points per game in their first 5. But now all of a sudden, with the injuries and everything piling up, that defense has definitely taken a step backwards. In their last 5, they've given up 10 more points per game, 22.2. I don't know if the Buffalo Bills can cover this big number, but I do like the over 54 here. That's how I'm playing it.
I like that pick, Steehn. I'm going to roll with the Lions at +9 at home. They've won 3 games in a row, and I think that the Bills' schedule the last week has just been really weird. They're not used to playing this way. And like you said, their defense has continued to give up points. I see the Lions scoring consistently throughout this one and covering that big spread.
Well, this one is exciting because when this airs, this game will be underway, so the viewers can kind of see right away whether we're right on point with this or whether they want to start fading us for the rest of the show. But I did have a free article about this one on winnersandwhiners.com. My favorite play on this game is the total, but also have an opinion on the side. I think you have to go over with this. I mean, even with this being bet up from 51.5 to 54, I still think that is not that's still not high enough. The Lions are averaging over 30 points per game at home this season. Yeah, the Bills do have a tough defense, but even on the other side, I don't see how the Lions are going to stop the Bills from scoring. And that's why if I had to lean on this, personally, I'm going to tell you this, I am going to bet on the over. My lean on the side is going to be on the Bills just because I see this being such an offensive game. I can see the Bills coming up with 2 or 3 more stops than the Lions are able to get. But the reason I'm not going to bet on the side personally is I would not be surprised if the Lions are down 21 points in this game with 5 minutes left and still find a way to cover because they are going to play to the end. But because they're going to play to the end, I think the safest way to go is just take the points and go over the total.
In my lifetime, I have watched the Lions be absolutely terrible on Thanksgiving Day. I do not like it. I do not get why the Lions and the Cowboys get to play on Thanksgiving Day and why I have to sit inside and wait for turkey and watch the Lions. Like, why can't the Lions play later on in the day when I'm done waiting for turkey? There's nothing else to do except for watch the Lions. They are terrible.
They won 3 in a row.
You like the Bills? All right. So
they have won 3 in a row. Actually, I have a stat for you. Dan Campbell is 3-0 against teams with 5 games over 500. So,
wow.
I will not fade the Lions for that reason. I will fade them because of the history of watching the Lions on Thanksgiving.
Look at Rocky dropping those trends. Now, Rock, you're out on the West Coast. How much of that game do you actually see? It starts at 9:30 in the morning.
I usually wake up around 1, so
not much.
Not much.
Okay, fair. That was my guess. How about a little Patriots of Vikings? I'm sorry. How about a little Giants Cowboys? We'll talk about the afternoon game there from Big D. Giving them the Big D. That's what's happening there. Cowboys 9-point home favorites. 44.5. 44.5 is your number. Kids, I still don't trust this Dallas run defense. I just don't. I know they did a nice job last weekend, but Saquon Barkley, I think he's going to be able to have some success. This is a division game. It's a big national televised game. I think the Giants keep it close. That's just too many points for me. I'm not laying more than a touchdown here. Give me the Giants +9.
I also like the Giants +9, Steehn. I just don't trust the Cowboys offense. Honestly, they continue to give the ball to Pollard and he makes big play after big play, but the Giants defense has continued to step up this season. And Dallas defense has shown that they can give up some points to some weaker opponents. As I agree, Saquon's going to have a big one in this one, and the Giants are going to be able to cover that spread.
All right.
You know, my initial reaction was that this is a lot of points for the a divisional game, but I'm actually going to go with the Dallas Cowboys here, minus the 9. They did win the first meeting on the road without Dak Prescott by 7 points. Dallas has also covered the spread in 4 out of their last 5 head-to-head games against the Giants in Dallas. And lately, the thing with the Cowboys, they have definitely been hit or miss, but when they hit, they've definitely been winning big. Out of the last 5 Dallas wins, each of those 5 wins have been by 12 points or more. So it's almost one of those situations where either the Giants get the upset or Dallas is going to win big and cover. And I think that the Dallas Cowboys will cover the 9. I'm going with Dallas.
That year, the Cowboys were the 1 seed This is my week of history. Everybody pay attention to my history lesson. The Cowboys went 14-2. Who did they lose to? The Giants. Twice. They're going to lose on Thanksgiving Day again to the Giants because the Giants are a good football team. They pound the rock. I like when people pound the rock. I want some 1930s football back in this action. This year, the league before last week was averaging 4.5 yards a carry. That's best in NFL history. They're throwing 11.8 yards per completion. That is worse since 1935. Teams that run the ball are doing well this year. I like the Giants.
Wow. Okay. Very good. Hey, if you're looking to pound the rock, he is available. He's single. Hard to believe. But make sure you drop a comment in the comment section. Say, hey, I'd like to pound the rock this week. And if you just want to put a regular comment in, make sure you do that. And why would you do that? Well, because you can win up to $100. No, you can win $100. Not up to. We're not putting grades on it. Like, oh, somebody gets 50. Somebody gets a quarter. No. $100 gift card. Somebody's going to win it. Somebody that drops a comment. We do it every Thursday. Rock and I are here live. We do a drawing. We give away a $100 gift card. And if you'd like to be eligible for that, just put a comment in there. Tell us what you like about the show, what you don't like about the show. Tell us what your favorite picks are. Tell us why we're idiots. We don't care. Just drop us a comment. You'll be put in the big bin. We'll spin that bin on Thursday. Maybe your name will be drawn out for the $100 gift card. So don't forget to do that. And and we're expecting at least a couple. I'd like to pound the rocks. So there you go. I like that we had different picks from David. I like that there was a difference. That way, if we blow the Detroit pick and somebody's like, well, I'll watch the next one, and we went on each side of it. So at least one of us is going to be right. So they can be watching and like, well, those other three guys are idiots, but at least the one dude from Houston, he seems to know what he's talking about. So I'm going to watch the next video. I'm going to watch the next game. And that next game is the Patriots Vikings. Vikings at home there in the Crystal Ship, laying 3 to the Pats. 42.5 is the numero. You know, this New England defense has gotten better. Their offense has gotten worse. They're going to have to throw the ball to win. Good luck with that with Mac the Knife there under center. I'm going to play another total on this one. I'm going to take under 42.5. I think this game is going to be UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. You're ugly. Ugly. 42.5 under.
Steehn, if I was going to be taking a totals pick, I completely agree with that. But I am going to stick with the Vikings -3 at home. Like you said, Mac Jones has continued to struggle. He really didn't impress me last week against the Jets. And I see this Vikings team wanting to bounce back after that brutal loss. They're going to have a lot of motivation, and they're going to show up at home and cover that spread.
I agree with both of you guys so far. I do like the under on this game. But Mason, I'm with you on this one. My favorite play is the Vikings to cover. I even saw 2.5, but 2.5, 3. I think that the Vikings probably win this game by 6 or more. The Patriots, they are on a 3-game winning streak. 2 of those games were against the Jets. That's not a knock on the Jets, but the Patriots just have the Jets number. The other game, they beat the Sam Ehlinger-led Colts at the time, right before they fired their head coach and hired their new coach in Jeff Saturday. So the Patriots, there's still a lot to be desired on the offensive side of the ball. I don't think that they're going to be able to keep up with the Vikings in this one. The Vikings have covered the spread in their last 4 games when they are coming off of a double-digit home loss. Kirk Cousins is in the Vikings. They're going to be motivated to bounce back off of that embarrassing loss to Dallas. And as much as we could talk about Kirk Cousins in prime time, the Vikings have covered the spread in 4 out of their last 5 Thursday games. I like the Minnesota Vikings, 2.5, 3.5, 2.5 or 3, obviously the numbers that you want. But even if it was to go up a little bit, I think Minnesota wins this game by at least 6.
I do think the Minnesota Vikings are going to try and bounce back. Unfortunately, they are a very flawed team who is playing above how they should be playing. You know who's going to take advantage of that? Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is a smart guy. He's going to come in, know exactly how to beat the Vikings, and he's going to absolutely do it. Vikings are going to look to bounce back, and they might look good at times, but they're still not going to win this game.
All right, very good. And I would like to remind everybody this is Kirk Cousins in prime time. Kirk Cousins in prime time. So see if the prophecy continues to be true there in his week prime time performances. And finally, we'll move on to Sunday, as the Ravens and Jags get together down there in Jacksonville, Florida. Ravens 4-point road favorites, 44 is the number. Jaguars, kind of a cool story. First 3 weeks started out 2-1 straight up and against the spread. They were averaging 28 points per game. Trevor Lawrence was the second coming. It was all Urban Meyer's fault and all was right with the world. And then the wheels have fallen off once again, and they've turned into Jacksonville. Next 7 games, 1-6 straight up and against the spread, averaging just 18.4 points per game. And here's the deal about Jacksonville. When they don't win, they don't cover. All 7 of their losses have been in games where they did not beat the spread. Guess what? They're not going to win this one, and they're not going to cover. Give me the Ravens minus the 4.
I love that pick, Steehn. That's a heads-up play. Is I don't think the Jags have looked good the last few weeks. Once I watched them against the Broncos, they were horrible in London. I have no faith in them covering the spread either, as I see the Ravens wanting to bounce back after their rough game against the Carolina Panthers this last week. They ended up winning outright, but it was ugly for the first 3 quarters. I think they're going to start faster, and they're going to score consistently throughout this game, so I'm going to take them minus 4 as well.
Now, I will admit, as much love as there is for the Ravens and even them being a Super Bowl sleeper, I'm not as big on the Ravens as a lot of people are. Lamar Jackson, I love the talent that he is, but there's still a lot to be questioned when he gets to the playoffs. You know, how he's going to be able to beat the defenses with his arm. But this is not a playoff game, and as much as I don't have a lot of faith in the Ravens, I definitely don't have faith in the Jaguars in this. 4 points is just not enough. Jacksonville has lost 6 out of their last 7 games. I'm talking about straight up. With a number like 4, I'm not going to back a dog that I don't think has a chance to win. That one win that the Jags had over that stretch was against the Raiders. The Ravens have won 4 straight games. Their defense is playing much better. And, you know, sometimes I don't like to just be completely reliant on trends, but they've been stable with Harbaugh at the head coaching job for a long time. And the Ravens are 10-1 against the spread in their last 11 games in Week 12. That is, and they're already the better team here. I've got to take the Ravens minus 4. And one other thing I just want to kind of throw out here, as we do more research during the week, you can find out what's going to be on my premium card. Obviously, Steehn told you that he's been hot. Mason's been hot. I've been doing really well as well. Sides have been better than totals on my side NFL plays. Right now, hitting that number, would you say, Steehn? 58%. I'm on a 9-2 college football best bet run. And even right now, starting off, 61% in college basketball. So researching things, watching those UC Riverside and Toledo games for you guys so you don't have to. So go ahead and jump on board with one of the packages.
David Delano watching IUPUI, so you don't have to. You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. They play a lot of unders. That's a little free tip right there.
There you go. Rock, what you got?
I can't believe they're only giving the Ravens 4 points. I didn't take the Ravens last week because they were 11.5-point favorites. This time they're only 4-point favorites against the Jaguars. Come on. I'm taking the Ravens. Easy. And you know what? I'm also taking the over 44. I think easy 31-14 game. That's over. The Jaguars, they're not as bad as I'm making them sound. They're going to score a touchdown or 2. The Ravens have not been, outside of last week, not been stopping people that much. So I don't know. I like this one a lot.
Okay.
If I could legally bet in California, I would take that one.
All right. Very good. Very good.
But maybe it's a trap. I don't know.
Could it be a trap? Hey, quick reminder, everybody, before we go to break here, make sure you check out our offer right up here, doing a special turkey shoot for Thanksgiving. 5s are wild. 5 days of football picked from 4 of our top football experts, just $55. You get over 40 picks from Mark Rule, Loud Esmond, Sean Miller, Nato Robles, and David Delano, the guy right here.
That's
David.
me.
It's him. And we're also, if you want, we're going to show you how to turn 500 into 8,500 over the weekend. That's $100 more, and they'll share all the behind the scenes, all the inside baseball betting strategies with a profit guarantee. You're going to find out exactly how they're going to turn 500 into 8,500. Or if you're on a budget like Rock, you can show you how to turn $50 into 850. It all works. It's a 17x multiplier. There you go. And like I said, if we don't show a profit, get your money back as a little store credit there. You can use it to buy other picks from our great handicappers. So guys, take advantage of that. Again, don't forget to check out the newsletter, and don't forget to check out these messages that are coming at you right now. We'll be right back.
right back. Left my cell, my pager, and my address at the bottom. I sent 2 letters back in autumn, you must not have got them. There was probably a problem at the post office or something. Anyways, what's been up, man? How's the offense? Anytime someone you said you'd be bad, I took offense. Hope you get this, doc, hit me back, just to chat. Truly yours, your biggest fan and pen pal. This is Rock. Gino, you still ain't called the road. I hope you have a chance. I ain't mad, I just think it's messed up you don't write back. If you didn't want to talk to me outside the stadium, you didn't have to, but you could have signed an autograph for Matthew. That's my producer, man. He's only 30 years old. We watched you in the blistering cold for like 4 quarters and you just said no. My girlfriend's jealous because I talk about you 24/7, but she don't know you like I know you, Gino. No one does. You gotta write me back, man. I'll be the biggest fan you'll ever lose. Sincerely yours, Rock.
Dear Mr. I'm too good to call or write my pen pal. Why wouldn't you write me back, man? I'm the biggest Geno stan in the whole country. I'm the biggest Geno stan in the whole world. You said you wanted to be my pen pal and you never even wrote. Not even once. Not even once! Forget you. Dear Rock, I meant to write you sooner, but I just been busy. I'm sorry I didn't see you after the game, I must have missed you. Don't think I did that intentionally just to diss you. I've just been trying to make the playoffs and prove everyone wrong or something. See, I never got a second chance, so I'm playing for a ring. You should try living your life a little more like me. I think you'll be doing just fine if you relax a little. I'm glad I inspire you, Rock. Why are you so sad? Try to understand that I do want you as a fan. I just don't want to see you do some crazy shit. I seen this one guy a couple days ago that made me sick. Some dude got a flight and flew up to Seattle to confront me. He lost his bag at the airport, and the bag they found a death threat wrote for me, but they didn't say he was from. Come to think about it, his name was, it was you. Damn. Yeah. Sorry for overreacting. I get it. You're just doing what Russell Wilson couldn't.
No, I saw the press conference. He can read a wristband.
Oh, I was just gonna say getting an MVP vote. Hey, you can't be here. Oh, no, it's okay. I was just talking to Geno Smith.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back. 4 down, 12 to go. That's right. It's a full slate this week. No bye weeks. There's no rest for Thanksgiving week. Everybody plays. Everybody has fun. Speaking of fun, boy, I know this is the game all of America's been looking forward to. It's the Broncos Panthers. Broncos minus 2.5. 35 is the total. Rocky, you got some breaking news about this game. What is it?
Sam Darnold's starting.
Wow. Okay. Well, time to just tear up everything I knew about this game and start all over. I'm kidding. I don't care. Don't care at all. Hey, you want to give me the best scoring defense from a team that is 9-1 to the under up against a team that averages less than 19 points per game and didn't score a TD last week? Dude, seriously. 35, I don't care. 25, I don't care. I'm going under here. Seriously, is there another way to play this game?
Nope, I don't think there is, as the under is the absolute best play. Only, I believe you said 35 points. It's brutal. It's super low, but I don't think they're even going to get close to this total. The Broncos continue to struggle on the offensive side of the field. And with Sam Darnold starting, it almost gives me even a little bit more hope that the Denver defense will shut them down more consistently. Just don't trust either quarterback. I just don't trust either offense. So sticking with the under as well.
Yeah, I think that the only way you could probably play this one is under the total. But I'm not going to say I hate to say I like the Broncos, but my play here would be the Broncos to cover. I just think that their defense is that much better than Carolina's. I think that the Broncos will find a way to not give this one up. Let's be honest, this one's probably not going to be one of my premium picks, but I was prepared that Baker Mayfield was going to start in this game. Sam Darnold's starting now. He may surprise us. I actually think Sam Darnold's worse than Baker Mayfield. Maybe he'll prove us wrong. I'm interested in seeing once this is posted what the Panthers team total is. Now, let's just say under completely because I was going to say what the Panthers team total is, but it's like, are the Broncos going to do the heavy lifting? Under the total.
I'll tell you, Panthers team total will be 16 if these numbers hold.
16. Yeah.
You might be able to eke out a 16.5 somewhere.
Broncos cover 17-13.
There you go. Bold. And that's how you're getting. That's like step 4 in getting from 500 to 8,500. That's taking the Broncos right there. That's how you get from 1,500 to $3,000, I think. So keep that in mind. I'm kidding. That's as far as I know, I'm kidding. I don't know what the 5 guys are going to pick. I'm guessing I'm kidding right there. Rocky, you going Panthers and over here? You loading up?
I was thinking about it, but the Broncos have gone over 35 points only 3 times this season. The odds are with the under. The odds are also with the Broncos. All you need is 1 pick 6 from Sam Darnold, and the Broncos will get it done. I think that's the weird thing to say. The Broncos will get it done to win the game. But you know what? They're playing the Panthers. They're not playing the Chiefs. They're not playing anybody else. They're playing the lowly Panthers. So, I don't know. Right. But I also, it's weird that I'm like, the only way they're going to get it done is if you have to get a pick 6. So,
yeah, but
that probably will happen.
Yeah, it's pretty good that happens. By the way, everybody, if you're looking to get Rocky's premium picks, he's got a special plan this week. You can turn $500 into $8.50. So make sure you get signed up for his picks as well, and he can take you down that road as well. So
it's time for Rocky's proppy. I got Donta Foreman 83 yards and a score. I've got a 1 pick 6 on Sam Darnold. I've got another almost pick 6. I think that Justin Simmons is going to get tackled at the 6-yard line. He almost gets a second one. There you go. That's how you make $8.50 of $100.
I've got a pick 4 for you. So, okay, there you go. Rocky's proppies, everybody. I hope you're pausing the video right now and writing that shit down. Hey, let's head to our nation's capital, shall we? It's the Commanders, 3.5-point favorite over the Falcons. As Atlanta comes to town, 43 is the total right there. You know, in the past on this show, I've talked a lot about Taylor Heineke and the positive impact he's had on this Commanders offense. And I'd like to talk today a little bit about a defense that's been playing really well and started about the time he started as the quarterback. They've given up just 15.8 points per game in their last 6. And more importantly, since getting torched by Fields in Chicago, this defense has given up just 70.8 yards per game on the ground over their last 5. They just gave up 21 yards to the Texans last week. If the Falcons can't run, they're in a world of hurt. Mariota is not going to beat you with his arm. He's only thrown for 200 yards 3 times this season, and he hasn't thrown for more than 239. Yikes. That was a stat as I was researching it, even surprised me. Holy shit. Commanders minus 3.5. You tell me you get 3 points for home field. The Commanders team is just a half point better than the Falcons. Not buying it. Give me the Commanders minus 3 in the hook.
All right, Steehn, we finally have our first disagreement of the day. So I'm riding with the Falcons plus 3.5. I think everyone's going to be riding this Commanders team after their last few big wins. The public sees them taking down the Eagles. They see them blowing out the Texans. They're like, oh, here's an easy pick. But the Falcons have been making games close all season. And if they can give the ball to Cordell Patterson and Drake London and Pitts, they're actual playmakers, not just let Mariota run around in the backfield, I see them scoring enough points to keep this game close. I wouldn't be surprised if it took a field goal late to win it. So I'm going to take the Falcons plus 3.5.
It's interesting when you say that about easy picks. I thought that even though I didn't play it, I thought that the Commanders looked like an easy pick against the Texans last week and stayed away from it because it looked too easy. I was surprised how many people were taking the Texans, but I just stayed away. This one here, when I first looked at it, it's like I want to take Atlanta because they've been counted out and 4 points seems good, but I just can't. I'll give the Falcons coaching staff credit because they've definitely overachieved this year. But when you look at this Atlanta team, there's not much that they do well except for run the football. And as Steamroller already mentioned, the Denver Broncos too, but that was a different game. But the Washington Commanders have been stopping the run. They've been doing a really good job of that. On the road, I can't trust the Falcons here. I hear what you're saying, Mason, but I'm just not going to overthink this one. I think the Commanders win this game by at least 6. I'm backing the Commanders.
I'm with Mason on this one. The Falcons are playing better than they should. They're keeping games close. They got a good run offense. I don't see them losing this game, but I think it comes within a field goal. Sorry, I don't see them winning this game. I think it comes within a field goal. Plus, the Commanders will probably be too hungover from drinking so much on the plane.
Fair enough. You know, I look at this and you see those ATS records and you say, well, the Falcons are 7-4 against the spread. Okay, that's true. They covered the first 6, and they've covered 1 of their last 5, and that was last week against the Bears. So the Falcons have definitely cooled off a little bit, but I wish you and Mason the best of luck on that one.
Like, is it not an Atlanta Falcons season if they're not starting out 5 or 6-0 and something, and then missing the playoffs or going 1-7?
Pretty much what they do. They're the 28-3 of life right there.
Usually, the thing is, they're usually winning after the first 3 quarters.
Also true. Also very true. Okay, let's take a look at the Bucs and the Browns, a game near and dear to David's heart. Buccaneers 3-point road favorites against the Cleveland Browns. 43.5 is the number. You know, the one thing you can say about this Browns team when the season started, well, at least they've got a good defense. Well, they did, and now they don't because they've given up 30 or more in 4 of their last 6. Tampa Bay coming off a bye. Tom Brady got to rest up. Maybe he might have found a little magic there as he they had the game-winning drive against the Rams, and then had a competent game in his last one before the bye. I think that Tampa Bay takes care of business. They got their eyes on the prize. I think they've made some mid-season adjustments. They know what they need to do. They're in command there in the division, or certainly could be with an Atlanta loss and a win there for them. They keep their nose to the grindstone, pick up the win and the cover in Cleveland.
Yeah, Steehn, I agree with you on this one. I'm taking the Bucs -3 as well. I think the biggest point that you made there was that they are coming off a bye week. So I just don't think you can give Tom Brady 2 weeks to prepare for a game that's really not that tough. The Browns have struggled defensively all season. And if the Bucs can load the box and stop the run, I see them shutting down the Browns and scoring consistently throughout this game.
Yeah, you give Tom Brady a week to cry inconsolably and then a week to game plan, he should be good to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to go with the Buccaneers.
Some more insight? Sorry.
We'll have to go with the Buccaneers on this one. You know, been a really disappointing season for Cleveland. I mean, at the beginning of the year, the games that they lost to the Chargers, the Jets, the Falcons have really cost them. And then the last couple of weeks, they lost games that they were pretty much expected to lose against Miami and Buffalo. They gave a good effort last week, but just not good enough. I don't know what the Browns have left in the tank at this point. Tampa Bay off of a bye. I've seen a lot of numbers and trends that really favor teams in this situation, favored by this margin coming off of a bye, who are coming off of a win. Tom Brady with the week to prepare. Bucs are 3-0-1 in their last 4 games in November. I believe the Browns have only covered the spread in 1 of their last 8. And I just don't see how the Browns get motivated for this game. I've got to take Tampa Bay. This is actually also, supposed to be the last start for Jacoby Brissett before Deshaun Watson takes over. So, I think that this is just kind of one of those games. Maybe they're also thinking about Deshaun coming back. It's kind of just let's just get to the next point for the Browns. I cannot back the Browns in this one. Tampa Bay.
Tom Brady is broke. He's lost all his money. This man is playing for a new contract. He's realizing that he should have taken all of those deals over the years. He needs the money. He's going to play out of his mind, try and sign with another team next year, get one of those $50 million contracts he's been hearing so much about, so he can build back his empire. I like the Bucs in this one.
All right. Hey, guys, don't forget to weigh in on this game if you think we're right, if you think we're wrong, or any of the other games on the schedule, or just drop us a comment. Let us know what you think of the show, and let us know what you think of Rocky's hand turkey. Is it a high-quality hand turkey or a suboptimal effort? Drop us a comment. You could win a $100 gift card. We'll do that drawing each and every Thursday. You got from Thursday till about Monday afternoon at some point to drop those comments in there. So make sure you drop your comments. You could be 100 beans richer. All right, let's take a look at a North versus South battle as the Bengals take on the Tennessee Titans. Bengals 1.5 point road favorites over Tennessee. 42.5 is the number. Man, this Tennessee defense has been so good this year. By the way, this is probably the hardest game on the card for me. I just think they have too many holes in the defensive backfield, and now they're going to be missing Bud Dupree. They might be missing Danico Autry. I just don't think they're going to be able to get enough pressure on Burrow to keep him from beating them downfield. If you give him time, he's going to roast you. And I think that's what happens. This one certainly could go the other way. Like I said, this is a very, very close game on the total and the side. I'm going to lean Bengals just because they've seemed to be finding a little bit of that offensive magic. I still really don't trust the defense, but the Titans is a good offense for them to go up against as long as they can keep Derrick Henry from running crazy. By the way, you guys, as you do this pick, let me know if you're pro or minus, pro or con on the white uniforms. And that's another good thing to comment. Let us know what you thought about the all white, the black and white the Bengals uniforms. Mason, what do you think?
Yes, Steehn, I like that pick with the Bengals. I also wanted to note that Jamar Chase has a possibility of coming back, which could be a big upgrade for that Bengals offense. But with my pick in this one, I'm going to actually take the over 42.5 points. It's like you said, that Titans defense, little shaky. They got a few holes, and I see Burrow finding his receivers consistently throughout this game, scoring a bunch of points. I also see the Bengals struggling to stop Derrick Henry as Tannehill continued to give him the ball last week, and he also continued to throw it down the field as he looked like a pretty capable quarterback for the first time in a few weeks. I think he's going to stay hot in this one, and they're going to push that total over the number.
As a Chiefs fan, I will say I am damn happy that we got one of the Malik Willis starts versus Ryan Tannehill. He's never going to compete for the MVP, but he is a competent NFL quarterback, which Malik Willis right now is not. So, Mason, what do you think of the uniforms? You pro or con, black and white?
I'm pro.
Okay.
I liked them.
All right, Dave, what you got?
I'm pro white uniforms for the Bengals. I love them, actually. And the Titans, they seem like a tough team to back when you're looking at the matchups each week. But if you're a betting woman or a betting man, as we all are on this show, and if you're watching, the Titans are the best team against the spread in the NFL this season at 8-2. This is one of those games, as the week goes by, I could possibly see getting talked to the other side, but right now I like the Titans in this game. As you mentioned, Jamar Chase coming back, definitely want to monitor that because you can't overlook that. But the Bengals have been looking better. Their offense has been stepping up. But if you really look at their last 5 games, they've all been against losing football teams. So this is going to be a big test for them. They haven't done it against a good team yet. And on the road, the Bengals are in the bottom third of the NFL when it comes to rushing yards allowed per play. Could kind of go into, especially if Chase comes back with Mason is saying with the over the total, because I do see the Bengals having a hard time stopping the run. You might want to put the over in early if you like that because I think it's going to jump up if there is news that Chase comes back. And even if he doesn't come back, there's a good chance this goes over the total. But my play for this is Titans -1.5.
Yeah, that number seems baked in right now that he will not play. So we'll see if that changes because there's going to be a substantial change. I believe that'll go to at least 2.5, maybe 3. And I think your total is probably going to bump up 1.5 or 2 if Chase is confirmed in. I think those numbers are set up right now as if he will not play. So yeah, like you said, Dave, make sure you monitor that. Rocky, what you think about those uniforms?
I got 3 words for you. White uniforms, awesome. I got 3 more words for you. Pound the rock. I like teams that pound the rock. The Titans pound the rock. They're going to give it to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's going to go off for 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's me, Chris Berman. Whoop! I like the Titans.
All right. Very good. Very good. Rocky, pounding the rock this week. And remember, if you'd like to pound the rock, just let him know. And put that in the comment section. Say, yeah, I'd like to pound the rock. And hopefully you'll be the one that wins that $100. Rocky can deliver it to you personally. Rock, want to tell them about the little thing we got going on right up here, buddy?
Don't forget, I got a great promo for you this week. We got 5 of the best cappers on Winners and Whiners, all of their football picks for $55. That's 5 for $55. It'll be up for 5 days. Right here.
All right.
Click it. Click it. Click it now before we go cut. Click it now before we...
This is Coach Harbaugh.
Hey, Coach.
Lamar? Man, you sound terrible.
I feel terrible. My stomach hurts, and I think I'm running a fever. See?
114? Man, I'm no doctor, but that sounds pretty high.
No doubt. I'm really burning up. I think I'm going to have to use a sick day.
Sick day? Lamar, this is the NFL, not Burger King.
Sorry, Coach. I guess I could make it. I guess I could make it in today.
Man, you really sound horrible. Look, Lamar, why don't you just stay home this week and rest up and get better?
You think you'll be ready for Jacksonville this week?
Oh, hell yeah, Coach. Well, I'll be good to go by Friday. Saturday at the latest.
Okay, buddy, you take care of yourself. I'll email you a copy of the game plan, so whenever you get the
Sorry,
chance...
Coach. Gotta go.
Wow, must have been a hell of a bug. Back to economics.
Now, where were we? I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth.
You tell him, Jack.
I know this may sound cheesy, guys, but what are you guys thankful for?
You know, guys, it's friends like you that make this Thanksgiving feel like home.
You know, I'm thankful for all this good food and tradition. From the first time the Native Americans and Pilgrims got together and had Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's not the real first Thanksgiving. The real first Thanksgiving wasn't about some colonizers and a native population carving a turkey. The real first Thanksgiving was the first time the NFL ever played on the holiday. Let me tell you the story. Ooh, you guys got me inebriated. 102 years before it became the John Madden Thanksgiving Spectacular, it was a duel of the fates. You see, it was 1920. The war was over, women were ready to line up at the polls, and the Chicago Tigers and the Decatur Staleys were at each other's throats. So there's these two guys, George Halas and Gil Falcon. When did you guys put a mic on me? Halas was this 25-year-old baseball player who'd later become one of the greatest football coaches of all time, and he coached the Staleys, aka the future Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, Falcon was this gritty gambler who played not for wins, but for pink slips. So Halas comes up to this... No, that's not right. Halas was the Bears guy. Falcon comes up to this guy, Halas, and he was all like, hey, you don't know anything. You're just a baseball player who batted .091. And Halas is like, so? And Falcon's all, well, I bet my team could beat your team. Halas says, I doubt it. And that's when Falcon bets it all. He says not only are the Tigers gonna beat the Staleys, but whoever loses has to leave the NFL. And Halas says, okay, name a time and day. And Falcon says Sunday at 1 p.m. But Halas says he's busy, so he says Monday at 8:15. But Halas has to meet up with his old Navy crew. So Falcon says, fine, Thursday, but that's Thanksgiving. But it was the only day that worked for the two of them. So they played on Thanksgiving, and the Staleys won with a high offensive score of 6-0. Wait. When did that lamp get there? The Tigers played one more game and they're never heard from again. But little did Halas know that Falcon made the same deal 2 weeks before. They played the Racine Cardinals and they also lost that game. So Gil Falcon might not have been the most trustworthy.
How many Wikipedia articles did you read before this?
4.
Hey, you're still watching Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas, the rise of the greatest sports betting show in the world. I'm Rocky Foré, here with the Steamroller. We got guests on with us, Mason Folz and David Delano. We got some good picks coming up for you. Take us away, Steehn.
All right, very good. Hey, how about a little Texans Dolphins for you there? Dolphins minus 12.5 is the home team. 46 is the number. Man, this Houston defense, they are no bueno as they stay down in Texas. 32nd rush yards allows, 26th in passing yards per attempt allowed. Hey, Texans defense, a fat drunk and a bad defense is no way to go through life, son. But you know what? The Fish, now they struggle to stop the run, and I think the Texans will rebound just enough to be able to run the ball successfully, put some points on the board. They got to do better than they did last week, and I think they do. I'm going to play another total here. Give me the over of 46 in the Texans and the Fish.
Yeah, Steehn, you took the words right out of my mouth. I feel like the only way to play this game safely is to take that over 46 points. The Dolphins have been throwing the ball all over everyone. Tua continues to turn heads. So I see him staying hot in this one and continuing to find Waddle and Hill consistently to score enough points to push this total over the number. And like you said, the Dolphins have struggled to stop the run as Dameon Pierce has been that one little bright spot for the Houston Texans. So I see him showing up again in this one, having a bunch of fantasy points, hopefully, because he's on my team. And I hope that they keep scoring the rock and push that total over the number.
Pound the rock.
I'm going to make a pick for the side here, but I do have to throw out to you guys in my notes for this game. I did have lean under So,
All right.
but it's early in the week, so I'm sure that this is going to be a lot different by the end of the week when this happens. But early on, it looks like one of the sites that I use to kind of see where the money's going. I saw that 93% of the cash and the tickets was on Miami. Miami opened up at 9.5, and now I think it's like 13 and a half, 13. I think that might be a little ridiculous. I know it's hard to trust the Texans. Lovie Smith seemed very frustrated after that last game. I do think he's a good coach, and I think that he's going to have his team motivated to play better. Miami, at the end of the day, how much do they care about covering the spread, and how motivated are they going to be to play the Texans? I know they haven't been playing the Texans every week, but other than week 1, Miami has not won a game by more than 6 points, except for that game against the Browns last week. I know they destroyed the Browns, but do they do it again? I'm going to have to lean on the Texans here, plus 13. It's a little weird that the Texans, I understand they were at home, were only a 3-point underdog last week, and now it's 13. I think that number, now that it's crawled over 10, over 11, I think it's getting a little ridiculous. So I'm going to back the Texans here.
I like to play this game where if I see a dad, I rank them out of 10, but based off of how many wins they would get your little league team. So a 10 meaning that he's a hard ass and like not fun to be around, but like a 5 is like you're gonna have fun, you're gonna win, and that's gonna be a good coach. Like a 0 is like a fun coach doesn't know anything about baseball. Lovie Smith is a 2. You know, he's the kind of guy that you're like, I love being around this guy. And you're going to get 2 wins out of him, out of 10. And how many wins do the Texans have right now?
1.
I say they get their second win this week against the Dolphins. They're going to come to Miami and shock the nuts out of them. I like the Texans with the money line.
Okay. I was going to have to defend Lovie Smith for a minute there, Rocky. I was going to say this guy got fired after a 10-6 season. He's been to the Super Bowl. Doesn't have a lot to work with right now.
Yes, I love Lovie Smith.
University of Illinois has entered the chat. All right, moving on. How about some Bears and some Jets? You know, once you're a Jet for life. I heard that. Jets -6. Total in this one, 41.5. You know, kids, to say the Jets offense is struggling a bit, kind of like calling Rocky kind of goofy. They are awful. They are awful right now. 14 points per game in their last 4. And last week against the Patriots, perhaps a new low for them as they put up 103 yards total versus the Patriots. Sad part is defense still playing really well, giving up less than 15 points over their last 6. And only one game has the opposition scored more than 17 points. Again, I can't respect myself in the morning if I don't take the under 41.5 in this game.
I like that pick. If I was going to take a total, I'd also go with the under, but I'm going to go with the side on this one because I'm actually going to stick with the Bears +6. I know Justin Fields is a little banged up, but regardless of if he plays, I see them running the ball all over this Jets defense as they just don't impress me on the defensive side of the field. I know their front 7 early was solid, but honestly, they just are still the Jets. I can't get that out of my head as that loss last week was brutal, and I think it's going to slide from there. I think the Bears are going to keep this game closer than that spread, so I'm going to take them +6.
I'm with you on this one, Mason. I like the Bears to cover. Obviously want to monitor what's going on with Justin Fields. But the Bears obviously have been scoring points. They've scored 24 points in 5 straight games. The Jets' offense has been struggling. And also with everything going on with Zach Wilson, to have the press conference to say Zach Wilson is our quarterback. And then, when they asked Zach Wilson, did you let the defense down? He said, nope. And then later on, they're like, we're reevaluating our quarterback options. It's hard to lay 4.5 to 6 points on the Jets with that type of stuff going on, the way that the Bears can run the ball. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure what the weather is going to be like in this game, but it really doesn't matter. Good weather, bad weather. I like the Bears to cover.
David brings up a great point about Justin Fields. He's questionable for this game with a shoulder problem. He's questionable for the game, and according to Coach Matt Eberflus, he's questionable for the rest of the season. As someone asked him if they could rule out the possibility of Fields missing the rest of the season, he said no. So he may play Sunday, He may not play till 2023. We'll see. But yeah, either way, if Fields doesn't go, expect to see this total plunge. So if you do like the under, whether Justin Fields plays or not, now's not a bad time to bet it because you're going to be getting tremendous value if Justin Fields does not go. Here's a quick question. Who is the Chicago Bears backup? Anybody know?
Looks like Brandon Allen.
Sure. Mason, what's your guess? You know?
I don't know if I have one. That's a pretty. I'd have to say Allen as well.
Rocky, you going to guess?
Is it Chase Daniel?
It's not. That's with the Chargers. It is Mason. I'm kind of ashamed for you not getting this one. It's the one and only Trevor Siemian.
Oh gosh, I've taken all those memories out of my head. Even though he is probably one of our best starters over the last few years, as sad as that is to say.
Imagine people were going to pay money to see Trevor Siemian line up against Tyler Palko.
What does matter is if you're going to start Zach Wilson or Joe Flacco or Mike White. I prefer Mike White. Zach Wilson is like the Veruca Salt of the NFL. It's like, Daddy, I want to go to BYU. Daddy, let me be the first overall pick in the NFL draft. Daddy, let me run the Jets offense. Daddy, it's not my fault that we only scored 3 points. I'm tired of that guy. I don't want to see him ever again.
All right, and we're heading to the Great Northwest, where Rocky's currently hanging out as the Seahawks host the Raiders. Seahawks minus 3.5. 43.5 is the total right here. Again, we talk about the formula. 3 points for home field. So what you're telling me with the Seahawks favored by 3.5 is they are a half a point better than the Raiders? Come on. Las Vegas, they have been overvalued all season. They've beaten exactly 2 teams, the Texans and the Broncos. Fuck, let's have a parade. That's gonna be a no from me, dog. Seahawks all day, minus the 3.5.
Yeah, Steehn, I agree with you. I just can't back this Raiders team. Like you said, the only time they've looked good this season is against the Broncos, which seems to happen every year. But besides that, they've continued to struggle. I don't believe in McDaniels as a head coach. And I see Seattle continuing to roll in this one as Geno Smith's going to continue to get the ball out to his weapons. They're going to score enough points to cover the spread in this game.
Yeah, this one, sometimes it's tough when something looks too easy, but there's no way I can back the Raiders in this spot. Haven't been big on the Raiders, not big on them last week either. I mean, they barely got that one. There's nothing that I've seen from the Raiders that makes me believe that this team is behind their coach. I'm not down on the Seahawks just because they lost that game in Germany against the Buccaneers. Now they've had an extra week to prepare. I think that Seattle is going to come out here and take it to the Raiders. They're not going to be able to stop this Seahawks offense. I heard that McDaniel's really been like in Carr's ear almost until the last moment calling plays. I think Carr hates him. Not saying that he told me directly himself, but I think that Carr hates McDaniel, and I'm going with the Seahawks by at least a touchdown.
I am putting on my Homer glasses for this one. I like the Seahawks with the over. You know why? The Raiders have scored 19 points in every game except for when they got shut out by Andy Dalton. So you're telling me all the Seahawks have to do is score 25 points? They've been scoring like a lot more than that. You're telling me this can't be a 24-20 game? I like it. In fact, I think it'd even be like a 31-17 game. Easy. Okay. And you gave them a week. You gave Geno Smith, you gave King Geno a week to prepare. That guy's the smartest man in football. Easy.
Okay, solid. Arizona hosting the Chargers. Chargers 3.5 point road favorites. 47 is the number, guys. I noticed that I usually wait till after the game to write up notes, and I did not write any notes up on this game. So, let me give it a shot here. The Cardinals are terrible. They are awful. They're awful on defense. They're awful on offense, especially without Kyler Murray playing. Do monitor the Kyler Murray situation and see if he's going to play, or if it's going to be Colt McCoy reminding us yet again why he is not a starter in the NFL. I think this is going to be a situation where the Chargers defense, again, does what the Chargers defense does, and that's give up a ton of ground yards to the Cardinals. I think this one goes over the total of 47. Who wins? Who covers? I don't care. I hate both of these teams. Give me points, and more points.
Yes, Steehn, I like that pick with the total. I would also lean towards the Chargers -3.5, especially if Murray's not playing, as I think that's a solid number as Colt McCoy continues to disappoint. And I was also taken back last night by the Cardinals defense. I know when Kittle ran in that final touchdown that he had, it looked like they all gave up on the play. They weren't trying to tackle him towards the goal line. That just really makes me question their effort and how much they really believe in the rest of this season. I think the Chargers are going to be looking to bounce back and try to stay in the West Division, keeping it close as the Kansas City Chiefs can't just pull away. They're going to show up with motivation in this game and cover the spread against the Cardinals.
Oh, that's so cute. You think the Chiefs haven't already won it. That's cool. Yeah, you put a drumstick to my head. I'm going to go with the Chargers here, but yeah, I definitely like the total better. Dave?
I like the Chargers in this as well, Mason. They've covered the number in 5 out of their last 6 games when coming off of a loss. I was on the Chargers. I was one of my premium picks this past week, and they covered the spread against the Chiefs. Arizona, I actually thought that they had a chance to cover the number in Mexico against San Francisco. Obviously was wrong in that, but they played San Francisco well in the past. One thing that the Cardinals have not done well in the past is cover the spread at home. They're 2-9 at home in their last 11 games there. I think that this just not enough points for Arizona for me to have any faith on them. Chargers in those last couple losses against the Chiefs and the 49ers, they have showed heart. Arizona didn't show me too much on Monday night. I'm going with the Chargers.
I have made an edit to my turkey. He's now Cliff the turkey, getting his head chopped off. Cliff will not be pardoned this Thanksgiving. He is gone from Arizona after this week. I like the Chargers. I don't want to hear any of these excuses about how he doesn't have Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray has played just as bad as Colt McCoy. Prove me wrong.
Okay.
It doesn't matter who's at quarterback because the rest of the team is terrible. Isaiah Simmons is being underutilized. If he was on a team like the Steelers, that guy would be in contention for Player of the Year every time, every year.
All right. And don't forget, guys, get involved with our turkey shoot this week. Gobble, gobble. You can gobble up those picks. 5 days of football picks, not just NFL, but college as well, from 5 of our top football experts, only $55. Get over 40 picks for Mark Rule, Loud Esmond, Sean Miller, Neto Robles, and David Delano. And you want to learn how to turn 500 into 8,500 for $100 more, $100, you'd make an 8,500. You get our betting strategy. We'll show you step by step how to do it. And it's back with a profit guarantee. You'll find out exactly how we're going to turn 500 into 8,500. And like I said, if you don't turn a profit, you get your money back. All right, you guys have made it this far. You're 75% of the way done. You've already made a C. Remember, C's get degrees, but let's go for that A. We'll be right back to finish up our last 4 games right after this message.
Hi, and welcome back to The News. I'm Leonard Fortnite. With nearly 7 feet of snow falling in Orchard Park, the Bills game was moved to Detroit. All of the fans were very angry at losing a home Bills game. Except one local man, Skip Kowalski, didn't get the memo. We go live to Skip down in... Wait, this can't be right. He's at Highmark Stadium right now. All right. Hello, Skip.
Yo, what's up, Leonard? I can't believe it's really you.
It's really me, Skip. I guess the first and most obvious question is, what are you doing down there?
I'm here for the Bills game. We're gonna get back on track against the Browns. Let's go, Josh Allen.
Skip, did you not get the word?
What word? I've been tailgating out here since Wednesday night, trying to beat that big storm that's coming.
Skip, the storm is pretty much here right now.
Really? I didn't think the heavy stuff would be here for a while. I've been nice and toasty and dry under my canopy.
That's not good. Skip, I don't know how to tell you this, but the game has been moved to Detroit, Michigan.
What are you talking about? I've got my schedule right here.
Skip, the game has been moved. Trust me, it's too dangerous out there.
Oh, come on, that's not fair. I love snow games.
We all do, Skip. Hey, let me ask you something. Can you move right now?
No, sir, I cannot. Also, I do not have any feeling below my chest. It appears we have a real Christopher Reeve situation over here.
Oh, we apologize for the tasteless remarks of Mr. Kowalski. Hey, Skip, we heard you did a little table breaking earlier. How'd that go?
Not great, Leonard. The table was frozen solid, so when I landed, it did not crumble under my weight.
I'll bet that hurt, huh?
Well, it did earlier, but now I can't feel anything below my neck.
It's a real Daryl Stingley right now. Once again, viewers, we apologize. Skip, seems about time for you to get out of there and head home, right? Skip? Skip? Okay then, so if there's any emergency personnel tuning into the show, you might want to swing by Orchard Park and check on Skip. Skip, hang in there, buddy. Good luck to you. Help might be coming. Once again, there is 7 feet of snow outside. Good luck, you glorious bastard. Once again, I am Leonard Fortnite, and for all of us here at The News, have a great night. Stay safe. Go Bills.
Man, I can't believe it. 3 straight wins, and if the season ended today, we'd be in the playoffs. And it's all thanks to you 4. Thanks a lot, but we're a team. It takes all 53 of us. More like 52. You can't count that broken down Carson Wentz. We should have been starting you all year. Hey, I'm right here. I'm not broken down. I'm injured.
My finger wasn't broken when he threw for 170 yards and 2 picks against the Cowboys.
Hey, you know what I really want? Celebration beer. Just sucks that the league won't let the team buy beer for us anymore. Don't you worry about that. I got you covered, brother. Looky there. Is that Wade Boggs? You know it, son. Except around here, we call him Mini Bar Boggs. Hey, Mr. Boggs. Oh, what's up, Taylor Heineke? Good performance on Sunday. How many beers did you have before that? None. Well, you fooled me. Look, I heard you could get me a beer. Yeah, I can get you a beer. This is the finest quality import stuff. Think you can handle it? Wow, thanks. And this could get me drunk? Probably not just one. Usually takes me about 107. To be honest, I've never had one.
Hey, Heineke, are you drinking beer?
I swear, I just opened it. I haven't even had a sip.
Well, you know what that means. Carson's starting this week.
Yes! Oh,
You know the rules, Heineke.
come on, Ron.
Thank you, Mr. Boggs.
Again reporting, we now welcome on any passengers associated with the bottom-rate NFL franchise.
Oh yeah, you're on your way, man. Well, you're right there. Only 106 left to go.
All right, everybody, welcome back. 12 down, 4 to go. Let's take a look at the game. Going to be played right down the road from where I sit right now as the Kansas City Chiefs host the Los Angeles Rams. Chiefs, 14.5-point favorite. Zoinks. 44 is the number. Kids, this game is being priced like Matthew Stafford is definitely out. And that means it could be Bryce Perkins. Oh, that's terrific. 5 for 10 against New Orleans was a young Master Perkins. Took 3 sacks. Now, as bad as the Rams have been this season with Stafford, 14.5, it's ridiculous. I'm assuming somebody knows something to set this number where it is. I'll take the Chiefs. I hate to lay double digits plus with Kansas City, but without Matthew Stafford, with the defense not playing as well as they have in the past, I just can't get behind these Rams. I'll take the Chiefs on Tuesday, but I'm definitely going to watch the injury news going forward, and it may change my picks as we get closer to game time.
Yeah, Steehn, I completely agree. I thought this number was a little crazy when I first looked at it, but I'm going to have to take the Chiefs and lay the points as well. If the Rams don't have Stafford and they're also without Cooper Kupp, I just don't see them being able to move the ball on the offensive side of the field. And Patrick Mahomes is absolutely cooking right now. He's not going to be slowed down. This game seriously might be over in the first half. So I'm going to take the Chiefs minus 14.5.
David, tell us why we're wrong.
I can't tell you why you're wrong on this one. I don't even want to take up too much time on this one. If I do play this, I think that it's Chiefs or nothing. The 14.5, it does seem a little ridiculous. The Chiefs have not done well against the number at home, but I have no faith in the Rams being able to keep up in this game at all. So I'd hate laying 14.5, but I think it's Chiefs or nothing. So I'm with you guys. I cannot make a case for the Rams other than any given Sunday, and 14 points is a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, any given Sunday. And this Sunday, I don't see how the Chiefs don't put up 42 points. 42-3 could be a game. It gets the over. I like the over. I also like the Chiefs because 42 minus 3 is 39, which is higher than 14.5.
But you know, you can really multiply that $500.
I could
Rams money line.
Rams money. Oh yeah.
That's the entire
500.
That's the entire strategy right there.
It's like
We're not making any play. We're making one play. Rams money line. Plus 1,700. Knock yourself out. No, that is not at all accurate. Very good. And yeah, this is I can't get behind the Rams here. They have shown absolutely nothing. And something we've talked about before, a team may have a good defense, but if the offense is terrible and the defense has to spend more and more time on the field, that defense eventually wears down because, as we've discussed, it takes more energy when you're trying to figure out where the guy's going as opposed to knowing where you're going. And that's why the defenses tend to wear out more than the offenses do. So despite the Rams having, when they're healthy, a spectacular defense, right now, a passable defense. But if the offense can't do anything, 3 and out, eventually that defense is going to wear down, and the Chiefs could make some hay there in the second half. All right. Let's take a look at the Saints and 49ers. 49ers at home, 8.5-point favorites. 42 is the number. Now, 8.5 sounds like a lot, but the Niners won the last 3 games by an average of 17 points per game. I do think Andy Dalton is the best quarterback on the New Orleans Saints squad. Problem is, New Orleans Saints don't have any good quarterbacks. So I got to go with the Niners here. Again, it's a big number. It's 8.5, but the Saints haven't shown an ability to compete at an elite level at all this season. And I will take the 49ers to wear them down just like they did on Monday night with the Cardinals. Eventually, you lean on them, and that table's going to break. I think that's what happens here. Niners, I think they get it going in the second half, cover the 8.5.
Yes, Steehn, if I was going to go with the side, I definitely had to lean towards San Francisco as well. But I'm going to take a totals pick in this one. I'm going to take the over 42 points, which is a little bold, I know. But I trust this San Francisco offense. They've been cooking, and they've got weapons all over the field now. These defenses just haven't been able to slow them down. And Andy Dalton and that Saints offense, they've been able to make 1 or 2 big plays in their last few games just to score a few points. And I see him doing that again in this one, just to push this total barely over to the number.
Yeah, not crazy about this number either, but I have to lean on the 49ers minus 9.5. It seems like a lot of points, but the Saints are really one of those teams. They have potential, but they're one of those teams, at least for me, when I have backed them this year, you get to the beginning of the second quarter and you're just like, why did I do that? Mm-hmm. After seeing what the the way the 49ers have been playing defensively, this could be a long day for Andy Dalton. Even with the short week of rest, the 49ers have done well covering the number in 4 out of their last 5 games against losing teams, so they have not been overlooking their opponents. Seems like a lot of points, but I have to back the 49ers in this one.
Yeah, the 49ers are looking like a Super Bowl contender. The Saints, meanwhile, are a clown show. Which is hilarious because the Saints are trying to figure out how many bloated contracts they can fit into a single tiny Volkswagen. And the answer is too many. And I like the 49ers.
All right, very good. Let's move to the city of brotherly love and check in on Cheesesteak City as the Packers take on the Eagles. Eagles 7-point home favorite, 45.5 is the number. You know, Aaron Rodgers has looked more like Richard Rodgers lately of Rodgers and Hammerstein as the hills are alive with the sound of Packers fans booing. You're scoring at home, by the way. That's 2 show tune references in one show. You're welcome. Here's the deal. The defense has been playing bad as well. Again, bad offense often equals a bad defense, and they've given up 27 or more in 3 of their last 4. But, however, a little bit of the shine seems to be off the Philly special there in the last couple of weeks. Failed to cover the number in 3 straight. Here's the plan for the Packers. If they can keep it close early and commit to the run, I think that they can do just enough to keep it a 1-score game. Give me the Packers plus the 7.
Ooh, that's one of the first ones we finally disagree on the side, Steehn. I'm going to roll with the Eagles minus 7, as I think a lot of people are going to fall off of them after last week's game against the Colts. I think that they're going in the wrong direction, but I disagree. They're still 9-1, as they've been extremely tough to take down, and I just don't trust Aaron Rodgers in their offense right now. I see the Eagles locking up on Watson on the outside, taking away his only target, and making it really hard for them to score. So I'm going to take the Eagles, and I'm going to lay the points.
I'm with Money Mace on this one. I'm going to have to take the Eagles as well. I definitely hear what you have said, Steehn. They didn't cover against the Texans. They took that loss to the Commanders, and then they barely escaped the Colts. But I think that this is a week that the Eagles are going to get back to doing what they were doing early in the season, and I think that they cover the number here. I don't believe in the Packers right now. They did have that nice come-from-behind victory against the Cowboys. I was on the Titans on Tuesday. I had a winning on Thursday, I should say. I had a winning NFL week. I was backing the Titans and fading the Packers there. We've been waiting for Green Bay to wake up all season. They had that one little flash in the pan against Dallas, but I think that the Eagles win this one by at least 10.
Well, you guys could absolutely be right. This could be a spectacular defeat for me, but to quote Sir Paul McCartney, I've got a feeling. Just got a feeling. Feeling that I can't hide. Rocky, you got a feeling?
I've got a feeling. I'm a superstitious guy. You know this. You know I make picks off of weird things. Yeah, I got one for you. I'm taking the Packers this week for one reason only. The Philadelphia Eagles made a brutal, deathly mistake for not their franchise for the season. They had the ball on the left end zone, 4th and goal, inside the 5, and did not run the Philly special. That is a season's worth of bad luck. Therefore, the Packers are going to cover.
Okay, solid reasoning. It's right up there with I got a feeling. So very good, Rock. You're falling right in line, buddy. Hey, how about a little Steelers Colts to close out the weekend on Monday night? This will be the game where you're at like 8,250, 8,300 as you close into that $8,500 goal. And yeah, don't forget, check it out right there. Do it, and drop us a comment. Don't forget to do those things. All right, good job. And don't forget to check out the Steelers and the Colts because it'll be the only NFL game on Monday night, of course. Colts 3-point home favorites. 39.5 is the number. You know, this Indianapolis Colts team kind of been like a little mini Broncos team. Now, their offense isn't quite as bad as the Broncos, and the defense isn't quite as good. They're still 9-2 to the under. Steelers defense, well, they've been gashed by good offenses. Gave up 37 to Cincy, 35 to Philly, 38 to Buffalo. Luckily, not going to have that problem this weekend. Colts offense is terrible. I will take the under 39.5.
Yep, Steehn, we're going to finish the day agreeing, as I love under 39 points as well. I looked at this game, and I immediately said, I don't like either quarterback. I think Matt Ryan is old. He can't move in the pocket. He looks slow, and I just don't see him moving the ball consistently down the field. And I don't really have a ton of faith in Kenny Pickett either. He continues to make a few mistakes each game, and he's not consistently putting up points as it's a big loss when you're trying to push the total over the number. I just don't see it happening. So I'm taking the under 39.5.
Very good. Kenny Pickett is very mobile. He's very fast back there in the pocket. Unfortunately, he's not fast enough to run down the field and hand the ball to the receivers, which is what he needs to be doing at this point because he's not passing it worth a shit. Yeah. Dave, what do you got?
This might actually be, I would say, almost like an interesting same game teaser. Maybe tease the under in the Steelers, but I was almost going to say the total looks so low that the Steelers' offense has been coming alive a little bit. I don't love either side on this one. This one I've got to say that I'm going to look at a little bit more. You guys made compelling arguments, but I was actually leaning on the over in this one.
Okay.
Like Rocky had told us before, over for no reason.
Solid. And he's Rocky, David, you're learning from the best, buddy. No question about it.
Yeah, and you know what? I got the over for a reason. The Steelers are finally figuring out how to run the ball. They're going to run the ball well, effectively. Jeff Saturday, that guy has figured it out. He has changed the way that people are going to hire coaches from now on. I think he wins this game. He goes 2-1 as a head coach, but I still think it's going to be a hard-fought battle of Jonathan Taylor and Najee Harris. I like both these teams scoring 20 points.
By the way, if you guys watch this show a lot, you know we script out a lot of it. That was not scripted. That was 100% not scripted. As you can see, Rock trying to hold it together. It's like fucking Harvey Korman trying to keep from laughing at the old Carol Burnett show. Nicely done, Rock. Hey guys,
I found these drapes.
Had a great week, guys. As always, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Mason, If we don't want to drive to Colorado, where can we find you?
You can find me on the Winners and Winers website. I'm writing articles every week, about 10 to 15 right now. You can also find me on Twitter at Mason Folz. I'm putting all my free parlays there. I actually hit a college football parlay this last Saturday. I'll be looking to do it again this weekend. So check me out there. And don't forget about those free picks on the YouTube channel, as I got daily free picks there as well.
I try to put up some pics on Twitter as well, and I usually just end up saying snarky shit that pisses people off. I lit up the Jacksonville fan base 2 weeks ago. I don't know if any of you guys, if you follow me, if you saw that, but I said something about the are you a Jacksonville fan? I've heard rumors of such people, but I've never seen one in the wild. Very interesting. And people went nuts. I'm talking about all 300 of the Jacksonville Jaguars fans, I think, were in my mentions that day. So
That is
that's my Twitter claim to fame at this point. Mason giving out winners. I'm just pissing off fan bases. That's what I do. Dave, where can we find
Mason's
you?
Mason's giving out winners. Scott's creating whiners.
That's absolutely right. Very good, Rock. Nicely tying it in.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at GetSportsStrong for as long as Twitter is still around. You can also find me on the Winners and Winers YouTube each and every day, along with these two gentlemen here, Scott and Mason, giving out free picks. You can also check out the expert section on winnersandwhiners.com. You can check out my expert picks. Right now, I can set off to a hot start in college basketball, been on a hot streak in college football, and just having an overall successful winning season in the NFL. You can also find free picks for me. Appreciate if you guys want to find my best stuff, but also I do write a ton of articles on winnersandwhiners.com, college basketball, NBA, NFL, college football. So check out the site as well.
We're going to get David some lights. His lighting makes him kind of look like those old porno movies from Cinemax back in the 80s and stuff, where they'd always have that soft filter on there. You weren't in any of those movies, were you, David?
No.
Okay. All right. Man, that was way too long to think about it. You can look for him in his previous career under David Delano. So make sure you check
Amanda,
that
I was wondering, would it sell maybe some more premium picks if I was?
Yeah, you can get David's his premium picks or his OnlyFans. So make sure you check that out. Rocky, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Rocky Foré. You can also find me in the Redwoods. I'll be driving my car back and forth through one of those big trees, giggling like Peter Griffin in a Hitchcock-like innuendo.
Very good. That's very interesting because I showed my granddaughter that tree this week. She did not believe there was a tree you could drive through, so I had to actually pull up a picture and show them driving through the giant sequoia there. So once again, guys, thanks for joining us. As always, hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving day and hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving week. Don't forget one more time, we got our Fives Are Wild special. That's not officially what they call it. That's just what I'm calling it. Basically get 5 days of premium picks from Mark Rule, Loud Esmond, Sean Miller, Neto Robles, and David Delano. Sorry, I couldn't resist. David Delano, the guy right there. You know him, you love him. These guys all write great articles over at Winners and Winers. $55, and we'll show you how to turn 500 into 8,500. You throw us an extra Benjamin. We'll show you how to grow that bankroll and over the entire holiday weekend. And if you don't make a profit, you get your money back. So there you go, guys. Have a great week. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to drop us a comment. Chance to win $100. You know the drill. Let's go out there and make some money, and we'll see you all next week. Take care, everybody.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium. What do you mean they're on bye this week? But Steehn told me there's no bye weeks.